The bigger you see yourself, the smaller resistance becomes. Isn't that true? You don't usually hear people complaining online about themselves. They're always complaining about something outside of them, something in the workplace, something in politics, something out in the world. They don't usually complain about themselves because they don't see themselves as the problem in their life. That's why everyone, for the most part, is an environmentalist. What does that mean? You're a tree hugger? No, it means everything is determined by environment, not by something within you. It's never about you. It's always about something else. That's what we call the blame game. And until that changes in you, until you begin to recognize that you're not only your own biggest problem, but you're also your best solution, nothing is truly going to change in your life. But what about all of the things that you face? It seems insurmountable. Your circumstances have not changed. You're in financial setback. Your health is failing. Relationships is failing. You're all alone. You don't know what to do. You're worried about the future of the world. Life keeps putting in front of you roadblocks and resisting circumstances. So what's the problem? You want to change things, right? You want things to change. You want circumstances to change. If everything finally gets just right in your life, you'll finally be happy. When you make enough money, get the right job, have the right situation, the right president in office, then you'll be happy. Then you'll have your little utopia. It's not going to happen because you're circumstance based, which means you're focused on things outside of yourself instead of focused on the most important circumstance that needs changing, which is you. You are the circumstance that needs to be changed. So as I said at the outset, the bigger you see yourself, the smaller resistance becomes. What's great about this is you don't have to necessarily change your circumstances. You really only need to change you, and the end result will be changes in your circumstances. The more you can see yourself as empowered, as strong, as full of potential, as creative, as inventive, as a problem solver, as one who can easily push through resistance, as one who does not put things off, as one who is not lazy, as one who does not dread the day, as one who does not keep themselves up all night worried about things that they could actually do something about. You don't live like that any longer, and what happens? Everything begins to change. Your health changes. Your relationships begin to change. You start to feel better each and every day. But all of that has nothing to do with changing your circumstances. It has to do with transforming you. It has to do with your ability to reinterpret how you see resistance in life. The bigger you see yourself, the smaller resistance becomes. Life is all about climbing up a steep, muddy slope. It's not easy. If it was easy, as they say, everybody would be doing it. But everybody is not doing it. Not everybody has a great relationship. Not everybody has the job they've always wanted. Not everybody has the health or the fitness that they've always wanted. It's not that way for everybody. Why? Because it's simply not that easy. But it is easy once you change yourself. The reason why it's not easy for others is because they don't see themselves as bigger than anything that they're facing. They don't see themselves as able to overcome whatever it is that's standing in their way. The bigger you see yourself, the smaller resistance becomes. So isn't that great? We don't have to change all of your circumstances right now. We just have to change you. We just have to change the way you see yourself. We just have to change the way you see yourself in relation to the world, in relation to other people, in relation to your circumstances. If we can do that, and we can transform you into somebody more powerful, man, the rest is downhill. The rest is history. It's not going to be such a big deal because you see yourself so much stronger, so much more confident, so much more able, so much more full of potential in order to change anything that it is that you're facing. Well, how do I do that, CJ? How do I change my life? How do I change the way that I see myself? Well, that's what we call self-improvement. That's what we call personal development. You see, for years I've been doing this, and you know what happens? People come to my page and they tell me, you helped me get through a bad day. I'm glad to hear that. But that's not what I want for them. I don't want them to just keep surviving bad days. I want them to transform their life so they have less bad days. What people do with motivation, they want just enough motivation, just enough inspiration to keep getting through bad days and to keep tolerating a life that they don't like living. We want to transform our lives. So that's what personal development and self-improvement is all about. You got to get past just motivation and get into personal development, get into self-improvement, a plan, a method, a way that you're going to go about each day to make yourself a stronger person. Resistance is a big thing. That's what you're always going to face. Whatever it is you want in life is on the other side of resistance. Whatever the outcome is that you want. If you want to make more money, you want to get out of debt, you want a better relationship, you want to be in better health, you want a better career, better job, whatever it is, it's always on the other side of resistance. The things that you have to do and the things that you have to overcome in order to achieve that outcome, right? It only comes by the path of resistance. Isn't that what happens when someone goes to a gym and they start lifting weights, right? They're going to use physical resistance in order to create a goal. So whatever it is they want, the transformation in their body is going to come about as they push through greater levels of resistance. So self-improvement, especially mentally and emotionally, is about creating and using the resistance of life in order to make yourself a stronger person, to create more confidence, more ability, more wherewithal, more enthusiasm, more happiness, more joy, more energy, to create the outcomes and the things that you want in life. You're going to have to come up with whatever that plan is. Now, I've talked a lot about this. You could follow and listen to and read and watch all the things that I produce, but there's also a whole host of other motivational people, coaches, therapists, and the like that could help you get to wherever it is you want to be. But nothing is going to get there better than just you working on yourself. You are your own best motivator, your own best coach, your own best therapist. You just got to start telling yourself something different than you're telling yourself every day. Right now, you're probably being transformed just as I'm talking. Why? Because you've turned yourself over to me for just a few minutes. You've let me kind of run your mind, and guess what? You're feeling empowered. You're feeling challenged. You're feeling more motivated. Well, none of your circumstances have changed, have they? No, you're changing. Just by listening to this short video, you are already changing. You are already feeling more powerful. You're already feeling more energetic. We're setting the different tone, a different direction for the way your day may have gone today just by changing the way you view it, changing the way you think about it, changing, most importantly, the way you see yourself, right? The bigger you become, the smaller resistance becomes. That's the key to transformation. Can you dig that? I hope you can. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck metal up.